Coinbase Shenanigans, of course, as Bitcoin's pumping. So amid ferocious Bitcoin rally, a Coinbase snafu shows 0% balances for customers. So long story short, Coinbase users reported their user balances showed zero after Bitcoin saw significant gains prior on Wednesday. And this happens a lot. And this is why I say, like, a lot of people that's really understanding how to hold their own crypto, how to custody their own assets, stay off of centralized exchanges for the most part, because yes, they can be hacked. They can go bankrupt. They do play certain games, because you have to understand they're not incentivized to buy your bag back when it's pumping. You know what I mean? So it's like, they don't want to buy your bag when it's pumping. Like, I've had situations with Coinbase before, where, like, what Coinbase used to do years ago when I first got into crypto, and I first started Crypto Talk podcast, they would usually announce when they're going to list certain coins. Like right now, they have all kinds of coins that they've listed, but back then they would list just coins very, rarely. So it'd be like, okay, we're going to list OXT Wednesday at 8 o'clock Pacific time. So someone like me, I'd be like, okay, cool. I'd be up waiting to trade all my Bitcoin to that coin that they just are going to list, thinking it's going to pump. And also, like, I'd read different stories like, okay, well, this is a real story actually that I reported on, that Dash was going to be accepted in 40 Burger Kings in Venezuela. So I'm like, okay, bam, let me move it all to Dash. So what would happen is those coins would pump. If they just list the coin, or if, something in the news significant happened, that coin's going to pump. This is what typically would happen. So now this coin is up 500, 600, 700%, right? You got it on the low. Now it's up 600, 700%. So now when you're trying to get rid of it, when you're trying to trade it back to Bitcoin or whatever you're trying to do with it, sell it or whatever, you get a bunch of error messages. It'd be like, oh, we're sorry. We want to make sure that you get the best price for your blah, a bunch of cap, basically, because they don't want to buy it back at that cost. So I just have to keep on just trying to execute the trade over and over and over until finally it would go through. And typically what we see on Coinbase, and this is like a well-known thing, is that when Bitcoin is pumping, when the crypto market is just pumping and going crazy, and people are moving their coins to Coinbase trying to sell them, or maybe trying to trade them for a stable coin until, then we'll see that they'll have network failures. It will crash, all kinds of errors like this right here. So Coinbase CEO Armstrong later said the exchange had modeled a 10-time surge in traffic, but that Wednesday's demand exceeded that number. So it's like, come on, man. Like, you have to believe that really Coinbase, one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges, doesn't have the bandwidth to meet the needs of their customers. Like, if not, that is a definite flaw of their business. But like I said, this isn't a decentralized exchange that only runs on code and liquidity. This exchange, a centralized exchange, has a vested interest in not buying back your bags when they're pumping. Like, if you bought Bitcoin at 13,000 and it pumps up to 70,000, they don't want to buy that. They don't want to take that loss. So, I mean, they do have an actual incentivized reason for these outages per se. So the outage happened hours after Bitcoin topped 60,000 for the first time since November 2021 and went on to approach 64,000 before rapidly dropping back down to 60,000. I think right now it's at about 61, 62. Its all-time high above 69,000 is now in sight. So you can expect this. Look at this, though. How did Kraken not report any technical problems? Maybe because they don't have as many users, but at the same time, it's like, come on. This is something that happens a lot. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Look at these historical outages. Historical outages. I mean, these outages actually go back way further than that. This is just for, I guess, 2024. So, yeah, just y'all got to be careful. Just understand that when you're dealing with these centralized exchanges, I'm not saying never use a Coinbase. I'm just saying that Coinbase is well known for their outages or their network servers going down. Anytime it's always when the market's pumping and people are trying to sell. You know what I mean? So I mean, it happens. Their customer service is trash. Their customer service is trash. So it's important to learn how to also use decentralized protocols as well, because this does happen often on Coinbase. So there's that. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, share, all the good stuff. Peace.